Okay, everybody, Sundance has come to a close for me, so for the next week straight, every single day, I will be releasing a new video chronicling my exploits at the Sundance Film Festival. Fresh is a midnight movie, to put it simply. It's starring Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, Bucky, and it's about his character kidnapping women and cutting pieces of their bodies off and selling them to the highest bidder. It's a pretty bleak midnight premise that I liked, that I thought was right up my alley, and turns out it was not at all. This is a movie that has a lot of issues, specifically with its tone. That's the biggest issue it has. The tonal clash in this movie is almost too much to bear, because there are parts that I found legitimately entertaining and fun, and then there's parts that seem to be taking themselves seriously that I couldn't possibly take seriously.
How am I going to tonally bring this to life, visually bring this to life, and kind of, finding that balance of too much here, not enough there, like really creating those moments where you're laughing in one moment and the next moment you're kind of jumping out of your seat.
There's a great sequence when Sebastian Stan is grabbing this girl and taking her to a shower, and he says, like, you better be a good girl, and she tries to run away, of course, and so he's like, you lost my trust, and now I'm gonna take your butt cheeks. So he slices her cheeks off, which is a pretty funny scene, but then the rest of the movie doesn't address the fact that she doesn't have any butt cheeks, and I don't know if you've bruised your tailbone ever, it's impossible to sit down. How would you sit on a metal toilet, which she has to do for the majority of the movie, without booty cheeks? Because it is trying to take itself seriously. They're trying to get away from their captor, and it's supposed to be this dramatic, tense sequence, and it just didn't work for me. The third act of this, I think, is just flat out bad. Just terrible, actually. It's laughably stupid. There's parts that are just ridiculous and over the top and not good ways, and the tone clashes with itself completely and utterly, to the point where I was just confused as to what it was trying to get across or accomplish. Not to mention the fact that it doesn't really live up to its premise. Again, it's supposed to be about this guy who's selling women's parts to the highest bidder, their meat, their personal effects, which is probably a commentary about society, about how women are exploited and abused. But you never really see it. There's the one part when he cuts off the girl's cheeks, and that's it. The rest of the movie is the female lead being subservient and docile, which is, again, more satire, more commentary, which is exactly what Sebastian Stan wants out of a female. Again, traditional dating norms and such, stereotypes. He wants her to be subservient and docile, so she becomes that to ultimately use it against him. And the whole movie is that, which isn't that compelling. Honestly, there's a bunch of dinner sequences where she's just talking with him over dinner. Not interesting, really. You could just have it once or twice, maybe, but I think they have it 3 or 4 times. Then there's just too many characters as well. Not only is it Sebastian Stan and our female lead, but then there's these women that she's talking to in the house as well through vents, and there's her friends that are also searching for her, a la Get Out.
I don't know if you know this. White people love making people sex slaves and shit.
At the end of the day, it does feel kind of amateurish, and its focus is a little all over the place. The direction is not great either. There's constantly cutting to these bizarre angles and these weird shots that have no purpose, just to look weird, I guess. But the couple sequences I really, really like, and I do like this premise a lot. I just don't think they lived up to it fully. I give it a 4. So that's Fresh. See you tomorrow.